Mic's live though. People see the mic and see us talking.
Oh,
Or hear us talking. Can't see us talking.
Yeah. Why can't they see us, Aaron?
Because it says starting soon.
Oh.
That's how it works when you say starting soon.
But they get the behind the scenes of us talking now?
They get to hear us talking, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody wants to hear us talking in jammer or yammer, whatever.
Jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber.
Maybe they don't.
Maybe that jibber jabber. Well, you know what? Then don't listen to us. Go ahead and put us on mute and we'll check back in 3 minutes if you don't want to hear us talk.
When the video goes live. If you're here just for our pretty faces, then wait for the video to go live.
Yeah, wait about 2 minutes and it'll go live.
But if you like listening to the gloriousness that is my sweet, sweet vocal cords as they vibrate against one another, making sound.
Is that what you do?
I was just, if anyone doesn't know how sound works, just trying to give people a primer. I don't know. Obviously, it's been a busy news week. If I'm sitting here talking about vocal cords.
I told you to talk.
Where's the child?
Which one? It's like
Is it home?
Child.
Yeah.
Children's.
No.
Mine's at my home. I gave her $20. Told the dog to take care of her. Walked out.
Perfect.
That's what I thought. I thought like 3 dogs and a cat should be able to take care of her.
Yeah. Kristen's a little bit under the leather, so she's at home with the little one. So.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and see y'all can see us. So there, now people can see us now.
Oh no!
Look, and the camera didn't break. Look, so far nothing.
I mean,
wrong so far.
He did make the supervillain claim that nothing would go wrong this week. No one can stop me. I'm pretty sure someone can stop you.
A hacker, yeah. Because I don't have any VPNs up right this second.
I'm just saying, usually the people that say no one can stop me are the villains. So it'd be like Kingpin saying no one can stop me, and then 4 panels later, Spider-Man is stopping him.
Well, luckily there's no superheroes, so I am good.
Wow, there's no superheroes. I guess I'm good to go.
Yeah,
we can just leave.
There's plenty of supervillains, no superheroes.
Wow.
So
that's interesting.
See if anyone wants to come join us. I don't know if y'all want to say anything. Oh, hey, how you doing, ma'ams? Well, that was unexpected. Oh my gosh. So that's my friend Audiceli's watching us. Hello. Hope you're doing well.
Maybe you should introduce the show and who we are.
I was waiting a couple seconds. We just hit 7 o'clock, so I was saying hi to Audiceli beforehand. But hey, everybody, this is Talkin Geek. It just hit 7 o'clock, so now I will say it. Talkin Geek, episode 5, season 1. My name's Aaron, of course, and then we have...
I'm Robert. What's up?
So we're here. We got quite a bit of news and quite, that we could talk about, I think. And
yeah, we got a few things.
We do. So like I said, yeah, Audiceli's in our chat. She's actually does, I believe it's ASMR videos right now. I think that's what you're running.
We talk like this, very quietly, and people go to sleep.
And into the mic, so no one knows.
Sometimes we talk into the mic.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to see if maybe she'll join us on a video later. Because again, this is also Hollow Geek Month for everybody. Woo! So let's start with that, I guess. So if you haven't noticed, yesterday was the Black Swan In video uploaded. And Frank behind the camera right now, he was there, I was there. Unfortunately, Robert said he was too scared and wouldn't come.
Absolutely.
So I got Peter.
100%.
So we got Peter to come out. It was fun. I think everybody had their own little personal experiences, but nothing, and maybe I missed it, nothing was caught on tape to me. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it, guys. It's up on
what a tease. The web. There's nothing on tape, but go watch it.
Go watch it. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Frank got hit in the throat. I saw lights come on.
Wow. You mean like when someone hit the light switch? You saw lights come on? There.
And it's a pull string light. There's no way they could pulled it and ran off without me seeing them.
Okay.
And then Peter had a wind chasing him, right, or something, I think it was. Mm-hmm. So all that's on there, so I recommend checking it out, guys. It's a fun video. So, also in the spirit of Halloween.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to do this last week, and I got yelled at.
Yeah, by someone who's not here anymore.
Who's not here anymore. She's just sick. So if y'all can see that, I got us something to try.
All right.
I'll let you, if you want to have the first bite, sir.
Skittles sharing size. Beware. Zombie Skittles.
You gonna try some with us? Try some with us, Frank. Come
Are
on.
they gonna taste like ass? I mean,
I don't know.
There's some mystery flavor in there.
He's making me try it first.
Yeah, I'll
so
try it first if you don't want to, sir.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a zombie doesn't smell good. I don't think it would
I don't
taste good either.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh wait, it's got
Come
a
on.
guide here on the back.
Oh, he found the guide.
Citrus, melon,
I'll try not
black
to tell him.
cherry, blackberry, and red berry. So there you go.
Yeah, and then rotten zombie.
Sure.
You're covering that one.
Yeah.
You gonna try some with us?
Sure. I'm ready to liquor it
So
up.
he's always started with the alcohol. Apparently, it also smells. Like if you smell it, you can supposedly smell
You
when
can
it's like
smell
the
it.
bad
I don't know,
one.
it smells like berry.
Yeah, I don't.
Or is there like one single one that's the bad one?
There's it's supposed to. They say it tastes like socks.
I've never tried socks, so.
I've never licked socks.
Neither have I. So, has anyone? If anyone's here that's watching this, has anyone like tried the zombie Skittles before?
That one tastes like berries.
That was a berry one.
Yep. Well, I played Russian roulette with zombie Skittles, and I won because I got all berries. And now I'm tapping
Watch
out.
The brown one be the bad one.
Why is it always got to be the brown
Why
one?
it gotta be the brown one?
So I've tried the blue one, which is a berry. The orange was citrus so far.
That's okay. There's no representation here in these Skittles because there's no white ones. So.
It was a brown one.
No, it was the green one.
Frank got it.
No, it was the green one.
Was it green one?
Oh, you got one too.
Fuck.
Nice.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Explicit tag on this
Oh.
video. Thanks.
Oh, that was nasty. Oh,
I win.
you did. Oh, oh. Where's that liquor at?
I'm not eating the green one.
Was the brown one it too?
No, the brown one tastes weird.
Oh, that tasted like really like rotten onions. Oh. Why did I do this to myself? I was trying to get the other two.
Well,
Oh,
that's what happens, supervillain. Your evil plan
Oh.
backfired.
That was nasty. You guys can continue now.
Oh, we're just it. You say you guys
Oh.
continue. Okay.
That was nasty. That was just terrible. Like, oh.
I'm kind of loving this. This is great.
I was hoping one of y'all was gonna get it.
Nope. All you, bro. All you.
And Frank put the green one
No, I
down.
put the
He
green one
cowered
down. I
out.
didn't taste the onion one.
Oh, that was nasty. Yeah, it was like an onion.
After your awesome
Ugh.
reaction, I think we're just out
Ugh.
at this point. I don't know. I had a couple green ones. They tasted fine.
So, from what I understand, the color doesn't matter. It can be anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
luck of the draw.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I was listening to a radio show
They
and they
hide
did it, and hers was the blue one. So then the other guy was like, "Oh, I want to try it then." So he got the blue one. It tastes like a berry. So it's the colors don't matter. It's just whatever they put in there.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Ugh. Okay.
Press play.
So, oh my god, that was nasty.
Well,
what
the
do we
big
have on the agenda?
yeah, the big news for this week
That just threw me all off.
was obviously the Joker came out.
93 million, right? That
Yeah,
opening weekend?
made over $93 million, the largest October opening weekend in history.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, neither Aaron nor I contributed to that 93
Nope.
million. We did not get a
No.
chance to see this movie yet, but we're really looking forward to it. It was just a busy weekend, didn't get a chance to do it. So we will have a video that goes up, and once we talk about it, we'll probably shoot a review video. And then
For
we'll
sure.
also talk about it next week on Talkin Geek. I would anticipate, but
Yeah.
so far, I mean, it's been getting a lot of positive reviews. People have been saying that it's not what you expect. It's
No.
yeah, I've read a lot of reviews where people say it's not really a comic book movie. It's more of just an exploration of, kind of one man's descent into madness.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know if it's a movie that I'll enjoy so much as I'll appreciate.
Exactly. So I'll be honest. I read up on a lot of the ending, the whole movie,
Oh, man.
honestly, because I was curious.
Not me. I got to go into it blind.
So I'm not gonna say anything then about that part.
No spoilers.
But I will say the only thing is they're already talking Oscars for Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep.
That he's already an Oscar talk. So and that goes with what I've said before. I feel like they made this movie just to see if they can get another Oscar.
Yeah, that damn Heath Ledger got an Oscar, and I think his portrayal of the Joker was just terrible.
It's the second worst one I've ever seen. Second. Caesar.
Whatever.
What's his name? Caesar Romero.
Caesar Romero. Hey, the original DC character that wore a mustache and tried to remove it on screen.
That's true.
So then it was Henry Cavill as Superman in Justice League.
Oh my God, yes. At least they didn't just try to paint over it with the makeup.
The paint over looked better than that crappy CGI that they did in Justice League.
But can we just paint flesh on his face? That
was so bad.
Yeah,
they opened the movie with that shot. They
that was
opened the
worst.
movie with terrible CGI upper lip from Superman.
Yeah, they should have just
bad.
painted that, and we'll go with this. I will not say he grew a mustache. I mean, why not just somehow write that in?
Sure.
It's a 70s Superman, bro.
Who cares? I mean, that would
The
be
mullet
fun.
comes
a
out.
70s Superman. I'm so on board with that.
Big fix.
Right?
It's like Ron Burgundy Superman. It's just
That would be hilarious.
The Highway Patrol sunglasses.
gotta go buy new
Right?
suits, you know. So yeah, but anyway, so Joker obviously a big hit financially.
Yeah.
I did see they had initially said Todd Phillips, the director, had basically said this is a one-off. We're not going to make any sequels. I actually saw this week that Joaquin Phoenix said he'd be open to returning if they decided to make a sequel. When a movie makes this much money, you know that somebody's going to talk about making a sequel. So whether they will or won't, it hasn't been officially announced yet. But when you have a movie that makes almost $100 million, sets box office records.
Yep.
That's the type of movie that those executives are going to go, hey, we want some more.
Exactly.
So we'll see. Maybe they'll continue to make Joker movies.
Italian or something.
Well,
It
it's
would be something different,
It's
yeah.
set, I believe, in like the 70s, right? It's not supposed to be
From-
present day, like 70s, 80s kind of thing. Is that?
From what I read, I don't think it is present day.
I
Yeah.
think it's during the Wayne murder.
Yes, it is. It is when he's that much I will say. So
How dare you? Spoilers.
I mean, we all saw Thomas Wayne in the previews, though.
That's true.
So I mean, it's while he's alive at least. So I mean that does put you about 70s or so, 80s, depending on the timeline.
Yeah.
And again, it'll be interesting to see how they tie it in because from what I've seen in the previews and what little I have read, there is no Batman. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting how you're gonna tie it in.
Yeah. I'm interested to see. Speaking of Batman, the
Yes.
CW debuted a new show.
Yes, they did.
Batwoman. I did not watch it. Did you watch it, Aaron?
I have yet to watch it because I have to watch it on CW app, so I'm actually gonna watch it after the show today, after we're done here.
Okay.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah,
though.
I actually heard that it was a really good debut. That a lot of people
Yeah.
really enjoyed the portrayal, the character. I know that we do have a member of our crew that watched it and actually shot a little bit of a review video. So look for that coming up soon.
She should have that up hopefully tomorrow. I'll talk to her again.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully have the review up for tomorrow of Batwoman. I like the actress. She did come out in the last crossover during the Arrow episode, I believe, and Flash, I think, too.
Yep.
She did come out.
Yeah.
And she came out hard.
Ruby Rose
Yeah.
is the name of the actress. The only thing I've ever seen her in, she was in John Wick 2.
That's right.
I didn't particularly think she did a good job in that movie, but that's really the only thing I've seen her in. So I've heard nothing but good things about her in Batwoman. So hopefully it's a good show.
She's playing Cassandra Cain, right? Is that her character? And so far from the comics and the preview and I've seen in the couple episodes of Arrow and Flash, she portrays Cassandra pretty well. That hard ass that she is, and she comes out swinging hard. And hopefully it's going to be because now this is Arrow's last season, so this essentially is going to replace the Arrow darker storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the headlines on one of the articles that I read was basically like, step aside, Green Arrow, Batwoman's here to take over as the brooding superhero of the CW kind of thing. So.
Yeah, because once you lose Arrow, you have Flash, who's more comical. Then you have DC Legends, who kind of does a little more comical. And then they kind of throw that serious tone in there. So you're losing that brooding hero, but bringing Batwoman in, we're going to get that right back. Yeah. But the only thing I don't know, and I've read so many different things on this, Batman may never be able to come out, though. Something about the way the rights are tied up for who owns the name for TV or something like that. There's a whole weird thing from what I understand.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I know that obviously Gotham just ended. It had like a 6 or 7 year run, and that was a show where we didn't see Batman until the final episode. Like it was Bruce Wayne throughout the entire run, and then they did show Batman. I think that show was on Fox.
Yeah, it was on Fox.
Which I don't think the CW is part of Fox's network.
They're not.
So I'm not sure how those rights, play together. I'm sure, if DC, if Warner Brothers really wanted to, I'm sure that they could make it work. I mean, obviously, you see what Sony and Marvel did with somebody like Spider-Man. If you're willing to pay out the money, you can make anything work.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I don't know if they need to. I kind of hope they don't, at least for a couple seasons. I want to see that character really. They kind of did that with Supergirl, where Superman didn't show up until I think
season 3 or 4, right?
I think it was season 2 that he showed up. But I mean. From
then he only made like slight little
it was like
it wasn't about
it was
him.
Mostly he was off screen. It was very, but it's hard to do that. It's hard to, I don't know. It's hard to tell a story and say, well, Batman's back, but now this is still a story about Batwoman. So it's just just kind of leave him. Like from what I read, he's been gone for like 3 years in the continuity of the show. So just leave him gone. You don't need to bring him back. It's fine.
Exactly. They take over. They take over too much. And you don't really want the big 3 or the big 4.
No, you can't have the Holy Trinity because then everybody just want the show about them after that.
You already have the Flash. So.
Yeah, I mean that's true, and I hope you're right. I hope they do wait, let the character develop, bring out some of their backstory, flush them out, and then bring out maybe a little controversy like, hey, okay, well I'm back. Well, you've been gone for how long, bitch? So let me do this now.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see too if they go that route, who they bring in to play Batman, because obviously a lot of different actors have played Batman over the years. Some really poorly. George Clooney.
Oh, shot fired real quick.
Some have portrayed Bruce Wayne really well. I think Michael Keaton was a really good Bruce Wayne.
He was.
I don't know that he was a really good Batman. I liked Christian Bale's Batman, but not necessarily his Bruce Wayne. Like, I think that's a very hard character to pull off both sides of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's been a live-action version that's been able to pull off both sides.
Adam West. Adam West can do it.
I was about to say, Adam West, certainly for the type of Batman that they were going for, pulled off both the Bruce Wayne and the Batman character.
When they had that campiness, he was able to do it.
I mean, I actually the Batman 66 movie, I watched a couple of years ago. But I actually, there was another YouTube video that I came across maybe a couple weeks ago, Honest Trailers, if you've ever seen that. And they did that movie, and it's just reminding me how lovely it is.
That's true.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. There's one really great scene. It's my favorite where, like, because this is the big movie event. So like the major villains, you've got Riddler, you've got Penguin, you've got Joker, and Catwoman. They all show up, and it's like there's this great scene where they're in like Commissioner Gordon's office. And it's Batman, it's Robin, it's Commissioner Gordon, and then it's like Chief O'Hara, I think, is the fourth character. And, these are like, you've got the police commissioner, a police chief, Batman, and Robin, but they're all, apparently none of them are aware that any of these 4 criminals are on the loose. So, like, they have to pull up the computer screen to, like, tell them, these guys have all escaped from prison. But it's this great sequence where they just go like, they keep doing these word associations where it's like, that shark was really pulling my leg.
Oh, God.
The Joker! And it happened at sea. C for Catwoman! And you're like, no, C for the Penguin. Like, what are you talking about? It's really great. Like,
I don't understand.
It's a fantastic little scene where it's just like,
it's
oh my
the
gosh.
Innocence, man. It was the innocence.
Or like the Riddler, like gives out this riddle and, it's like, what's brown and dangerous in a tree? And Robin's like, a sparrow with a machine gun. Of course. Like, they all just agree with it.
And you see a sparrow with a machine gun at the tree.
What?
Oh, crap. Okay.
Why would there be a sparrow with a machine gun?
That's terrible.
It's glorious. So if you've never seen the Adam West version of Batman, know what you're getting into, but definitely go watch it because it's fantastic.
Back to the
to kind of running with movies, I did read something that came out in the news lately. Tom Holland is kind of who helped save Spider-Man. Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah. I wanted to talk about that, too. That we talked about it last week, obviously, that they had come to their deal, but then details came out later in the week that basically what happened was at D23, so at Disney's.
That's Disney's Expo.
Right, Disney's
Florida,
Expo. I think they do it in Florida. I'm not sure. So Tom Holland, the actor that plays Peter Parker, Spider-Man, is in an upcoming Pixar movie called Onward, which is also under the Disney umbrella. So he was there at that expo, and was there for the Pixar movie. And, obviously that was right when word of the split between Sony and Marvel had come out. And so there was just a huge outpouring from fans that we want Tom Holland, we want Spider-Man in the MCU. And so based on that, he approached Bob Iger, the Disney CEO. I
bet he asked around a while for his phone number,
yeah, because he didn't have his contact information.
Yeah.
I mean, he's connected to the studios and stuff, and so he had to get his information. He finally ended up talking to Iger, and Iger kind of told this story on, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, it was Kimmel.
Just kind of how he had kind of made the plea, like, this is what the fans want. This is, everybody wants this. Let's make it work. And so, according to Bob Iger, according to Disney sources, that kind of restarted the dialogue. They decided to reach back out to Sony and see if they could come to a deal, and obviously they did. So
thank you, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, real life superhero.
He is. He enjoys the role so much. Funny how you say that. Real life superhero. Really? Really? I just caught that. That's I was like, wait.
Come on, Aaron.
I mean,
He
did. He really loves the character, and I love that this actor has really gone in depth with this character. I mean, like John Berthenol, that's why I like him as a Punisher. He posted when he got the role, he read so many Warzone comics, got Ennis comics about Punisher. He just jumped straight into that role.
Well, and that's pretty typical of the actors that Marvel Studios brings on board. Is you can tell that that's important to them. I mean, even when Brie Larson was cast as Captain Marvel, there were photos that circulated of her reading Captain Marvel comics and things like that. I think Feige really, Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, really is focused in on bringing these characters to life, and so they make those decisions very consciously with regard to which actors they bring on board and the partnerships that they forge. So it's really I think that's something that I would say definitely Marvel has kind of a leg up on DC. If you talk about like even just the Joker, which we were just talking about, that is, DC does this thing where they like to bring on different actors and that's kind of Warner Brothers' MO. Is they're known as kind of a director's studio, where they let creators come in and kind of pitch them. They give a lot more creative control. I would say, and I think you see that even with the Zack Snyder with Man of Steel and Batman, v Superman and Justice League, is that the takes on a lot of those characters are definitely different, right? They're not necessarily, and that's something DC likes to do, and more power to them. That's something they like to have different interpretations of their characters. Yeah. And certainly with characters like Batman and Superman, they have a long history not only in comics but also in movies. Like Superman has had a bunch of movies before this. Batman has had a bunch of movies before this, and so you could look at those characters and go, well, you can reinterpret them. You can tell a different type of story.
But you think that hurts the studio though, when they start to wash out a lot of the?
I mean, I didn't particularly care, especially for those two characters, Superman and Batman. Zack Snyder's interpretation of those two characters is not the interpretation I want.
Exactly.
Christopher Reeve's Superman, the Truth, Justice, and the American Way Superman watch, and certainly if you look at, I think there's a lot of, people that would say, well, you can't have that type of character on screen anymore. Different time. Well, I mean,
bring it back.
Look at Captain America. In the Marvel universe, he's that type of character.
Still wishy-washy, yeah.
And so I think you can do that. And then, Batman, if you go all the way back even to 1966, every Batman movie that there's ever been, Batman has killed someone.
Yep. I mean, the original Batman killed a lot of people too when he first came out.
Yes, and then they made that swerve, and really for the next 90 years of Batman comics, or however long it's been.
In 60 years now, 70 years, something like that.
It's a ton of years.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill. That's his hard and fast rule, and so that was not.
He never killed the Joker.
It was not new with Snyder.
No.
That he killed. But
not at all.
I think that the way that it was cavalier, I think, at least in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, they gave lip service to him not wanting to kill people.
No,
like,
but I don't have to save you.
I
love that line.
Right. That was in that one, and then even in The Dark Knight, he does. There's a conscious effort to avoid killing people.
Exactly.
Whereas in the Snyderverse, the Batmobile's equipped with, machine guns and all this. And I'm just like, this is not the Batman I want.
Dead.
It's fine if that's what they want to do. That's the story Zack Snyder wanted to tell. That's how he wanted to interpret the character. That's the freedom that DC gives a lot of their directors.
It is.
Marvel doesn't really do that. Marvel, they say, and especially if you look at most of their characters haven't had on-screen interpretations. Spider-Man obviously had. Blade, Punisher, the Hulk, but characters like Iron Man, Captain America had, I think, a 1990 TV movie that came out, but they really just haven't had a lot of those characters on screen.
Yeah.
And so this is their chance to establish those characters. So they have stayed very, very true to those roots of the characters, and I like that.
I agree with you on that, and that's the main thing though is. Because we keep getting different interpretations of Batman and everybody else, it's like, where is it going to be all tied together? Is he this murderous guy? Is he the guy with the conscience who's going out of his way to be like, nah, I don't want to do it? Where with Marvel, it's always the same character development. If the character ever goes from not killing to killing, it's been over 3, 4, 5 movies, and then he kills maybe because of the development the character's gone through.
Yeah, and they really even haven't explored that in the MCU. I mean, they haven't set anyone up with a hard and fast no-kill rule. I mean, even if you look at Peter Parker or Spider-Man, most of the time in the comics, he is not a killer. And unlike most of the MCU movies, the villains of the Spider-Man movies have, Vulture lived, Mysterio died, did he? We don't know.
Scorpion and Shocker lived.
But he also has a suit with an instant kill mode. So.
Oh yeah, because in the middle of Endgame, kill mode after he just killed all the people around him.
And those were all, it's the CGI army, it's the faceless creatures, whatever.
Minions.
But he doesn't. He also facilitates the killing of Ebony Maw, the magician dude. In Infinity War when they're on the ship. I mean. I don't really think they haven't really set up any characters in the MCU and say you're not a killer.
No, but if it ever comes to a point where they have to kill somebody, there's always a hard I don't want to do it. Like even in Iron Man 1 where he drops Ironmonger, he's like I don't want to. He died. It was still a little struggle even right there when he died. It's like
because I think in the comics Ironmonger kills himself.
Does he? I can't remember.
He just
technically Pepper Potts killed Ironmonger.
I mean,
Iron Man. Tony told her what to do, but she executed it. I mean, I'm just saying.
So you're saying she needs to start wearing a Grim Reaper outfit from now on?
A what?
The Grim Reaper. She's the executor.
Maybe. She actually, if you think about it, I think Pepper Potts kills the villain in 2 Iron Man movies because in Iron Man 3,
that's right, she does.
She's a serial killer and she doesn't know it.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That explains why she didn't want to wear the armor in Endgame.
Yeah.
She didn't want to go on her killing spree. And for Tony to know that was her.
Oh, that's funny.
And that's where
maybe figured it out.
Maybe that's why she wasn't in the other Avengers movie, Ultron. She was facing trial.
Yeah, maybe.
They're like,
for killing Aldrich killing.
Exactly. She was in Rehab.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I mean, seeing what the movie runs. So we also had Zombieland.
Well, Zombieland's coming out in another week and a half or so.
That one's coming out.
But there was another trailer that got released, kind of a R-rated trailer. So I'm looking forward to it. We're talking about Hollow Geek. Zombieland, when that came out, it was 5 or 6 years ago.
Something like that, yeah.
It was definitely a different take on zombie movies. Obviously it's very comedic.
Yeah.
But I really like it. Did you see the new trailer?
Maybe I missed it.
He's in the new trailer.
Okay, thank gosh.
Who?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
He died in the first one, it looks like.
Well, yeah, and so I think it's going to be another cameo. Maybe it's like flashback footage or something like that.
Or he's a zombie.
But
he's actually a zombie.
But yeah, that particular scene in Zombieland is probably the best cameo of all time. Like, it's just
That
this.
was the best.
And I love that moment too, where it's like, do you have any regrets? Garfield, maybe. Like, throwing shade at your own movie. Only Bill Murray gets away with that.
That's
it's
true.
So good.
Him and Ryan Reynolds, I think, are the only two that can really pull that off.
Oh, that's true.
Ryan
They
Reynolds
do it in
did
Deadpool too.
You're gonna be big, son.
With
You're welcome, Canada.
Green Lantern, yeah.
Dude, I loved it.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to. Obviously, it's it's a sequel set a few years later. They talk in the trailer like the zombies have evolved.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna be acting a little bit differently.
That'll be interesting.
They come across some other survivors in the trailer. At one point, they end up in the White House. So we'll see exactly how it plays out. But it's the same four main characters as last time. You've got Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone, Abigail Breslin, and I'm blanking on his name, Jesse Eisenberg, the guy that played awful Lex Luthor. As we keep coming back to those DC movies,
I keep cringing over it every time. It's like, no, I don't want to talk about that.
No,
but technically owned by DC's Watchmen.
Yeah, so
that's coming out.
Moving into our next topic, actually, that's coming out on
is it the 11th?
The 20th.
20th. That was
the 20th. So it's coming out in just like a week and a half. But the reason I want to talk about it is Damon Lindelof, who's the creator. So obviously Watchmen, the original comic written by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons.
Yep.
In the 1980s, probably my favorite, certainly my favorite graphic novel of all time. Probably my favorite just comic of all time. So HBO is coming out with a mini-series. They have confirmed it's a sequel to the original graphic novel. The movie came out in 2009. It changed some details.
Right.
They have confirmed this is a sequel to the graphic novel, not necessarily to the movie. So those changes that they did in the movie are not, are not going to be canon. It is going to be the graphic novel. So the original ending with the
giant octopus landing in the middle of the city.
Yeah, the giant, multi-dimensional alien from another planet that's really not. Is coming, and so I'm interested to see what they'll do. Basically, what he said is this is a series that is a sequel, but it's a whole new story. So it might have might have old characters that you're familiar with, but it is not going to play off the same themes. They're not necessarily going to be building off that story. They're not going to be saying, and this is what happened after the giant alien squid. They're really going to be telling a new story. But he did say this week that it was they basically designed it as a mini-series. I think it's supposed to be 9 episodes, and it ends. And he said, we're open to continuing it if everybody loves it, but we don't have a story moving forward. We wrote this is what we filmed, and this is what's coming out.
See, and again, I'll have to reread the comic before I ever watch the series, because I don't remember enough on the comic to be like, yeah, this is all going to connect. I mean, because Rorschach still dies in the comic, right?
Yes.
They still kill him. But now Dr. Manhattan isn't the villain, essentially.
Correct.
Because it's the octopus
Right,
thing.
they do not paint it. That's one of the changes that the movie made, is that they kind of ended with the world thinking that Dr. Manhattan caused all this devastation. And so he was now the villain of the world. Yeah. That is not what happens in the graphic novel. In the graphic novel, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it because I just love Watchmen. I love the universe. But I'm interested to see what they do with it, because if you look at the original main characters from the original Watchmen series, obviously Rorschach and Comedian both die. Yeah. Night Owl and Silk Spectre, Ozymandias or Ozymandias, depending on how you pronounce that, and Dr. Manhattan all survive. Yeah. And so everybody, I think actually there was a little bit of running joke. Jeremy Irons is playing who you think he is. That's literally how it's listed.
Oh, God.
Because they don't want to confirm that he's playing Ozymandias.
Yeah.
But he is.
Yeah.
And so literally they have it listed as probably who you think he is. That's how it's listed.
That's funny.
So he will
jab at
be.
yourself.
So he'll be almost certainly it'll be Ozymandias, and we have seen a glimpse of Dr. Manhattan in the trailer. Nothing necessarily to indicate Night Owl or Silk Spectre.
I'll be interested then.
And certainly there has been imagery of Rorschach, but it's more. There seems to be a lot of people, almost similar to like in V for Vendetta when everybody's wearing the mask. Kind of similar imagery to that. So I'm really looking forward to the show, and I'll probably start watching it right when it comes out. I'll probably be watching it week to week. So.
I'll probably reread the comics this week then, and then start watching.
I love that graphic novel.
It's a good one. Alan Moore is very talented. But all the stuff he wrote, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it's like, dang, you did some good stuff. Man.
I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, Watchmen was groundbreaking at the time. Yep. I think it's still very relevant today. I usually read it once every couple of years. Actually, I've recently been reading the Before Watchmen comics, which I don't necessarily recommend.
Oh, that's like the one shots of like each one of them, like what they were doing, right? Well,
yeah, it's kind of there's a different take on them. So they're all supposed to be prequels, but they're all written by there's two like basically different authors. Each took on two different characters. None of them were written by Alan Moore.
That I remember.
He was very against them. I just decided they came out maybe 6-7 years ago. Right. I didn't have a chance to read them. So I decided to take a flyer on them. I liked the one that was about the original Minutemen set in the 40s. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't see that one.
The ones about the comedian and Silk Spectre were nah. The Ozymandias one was pretty good. The Rorschach one was awful. He's like my favorite character in the original series, and it was awful. That Before Watchmen comic was so bad. And I haven't read Night Owl or.
At that point, why bother?
I'm a completionist or a sadist, whichever one you want to.
That's a sadist, I think, at that point. Yeah.
So I haven't read Night Owl or Dr. Manhattan yet. Those are my last two that I'm going to get to, so I'll get to them this week.
Okay.
And we'll see. Those ones, I think, I was reading up on the reviews for them, and pretty much everybody panned the Rorschach one. Mm. Dr. Manhattan and Night Owl got kind of mostly positive reviews. Okay. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to read them and see if I like them. But I'm looking forward to the Watchmen series and seeing what comes out of that.
Yeah, that'd be good then. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the last couple things we have left, I know Sony had dropped a major announcement today, or the other day. So the PS5 is coming out next year.
Yes, it is.
They are shooting for holiday 2020. Now, I believe we talked about this maybe a few episodes ago too. But the dev kit for the PS5 was exposed. It was leaked online. It was even kind of confirmed without truly being confirmed. So if you haven't watched that episode, look, basically what happened is the dev kits are out there for developers to start developing the games for it. So what this means is when the console comes out, there's going to be games to be launched with it.
Yeah.
So that way, you can buy a system and have games.
Yeah.
So these dev kits, these guys start working with it, seeing how far they can push it and what they can do with the system. Well, somebody online on Twitter posted a picture of what it looked like. Now, after it got posted, everyone was like, oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. All of a sudden, the post got deleted. And the guy's account got deleted. So it was pretty much all but confirmed.
And they sent snipers to his house.
Pretty much, the guy's dead somewhere, I'm sure. In the Nevada desert.
Right.
So it has now become that was a real dev kit and what the PlayStation 5 is actually going to look like.
Yeah.
So this also tells me if they're already shooting for holiday 2020, that means more than likely next year at E3, Xbox is going to come out with their new Xbox because they're not going to try to fall behind. I bet you at next year in June we're going to get that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it seems like there's always something coming out.
Yeah.
But it's been 4 or 5 years since the PS4 and the Xbox One came out.
It's
so
been actually it's been longer because my kiddo was about 2 or 3, so it's been about 6 years now, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So it means we are technically at the end of the life cycles for these consoles.
Yep.
So it is about time that we get new ones. Nintendo is the only one that's kind of still, because it's broken the cycle, it's not going to follow that same year. They're going to probably wait another 3 or 4 years before they bring out a whole new system. So Microsoft has talked about having a new console in development, that it is out there. But I don't believe anyone showing any dev kits. The only thing we have on
the Xbox 2.
But it's really the
As a
4?
user, I love you, Xbox. As a parent, I fucking hate you, Xbox. As a parent.
I mean, like, I love my Xbox. I don't like my PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but you're not a real parent.
Wow.
Dang! Harsh.
Not a real parent. I mean,
You know, I hear almost. If I had something right there, it would have probably hurt. But I got nothing, so I'm good.
that's true.
But yeah, I'm
already
I'm
talked
excited.
about you being a villain. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited though.
Thank
for
you,
the.
Groove.
I'm excited to see what Sony is really gonna throw out there because we have no specs on it yet.
Yeah.
Xbox is the only one that's kind of leaked that they are going to have, the 4K. They're gonna have different
I'm sure
versions
Sony
of
will
it.
too. I mean,
Sony, yeah, they have the fakey 4K right now. I like to call it, where it's everything's just enhanced,
right.
but you can't play like a 4K DVD on it. Where right now the Xbox One X, you can play a 4K DVD and get true native 4K. That's the big difference right now. So I think Sony's going to go that route, knowing now that
For sure.
4K is coming out. 4K is going to stick around. It's not going anywhere.
I mean,
Um,
is it though?
I
The
think
world
so.
keeps moving to streaming more and more. So I physical media, as much as I love it, that's still my preferred
Same.
method. Whether it's books or movies, I always want the physical copy. But I think
Read it.
music has gone away from physical media, and I think that movies and TV shows are moving towards that.
Yeah.
You look at, there's now Disney Plus is about to launch, so we're going to have another streaming service.
And that's true.
So if they can get the streaming platform up to the same quality that you can get from a disc, it's going to go away.
It
And
might.
I think that's coming in the next 5-10 years.
Well, YouTube is already on 4K streaming. So if you
Right.
have a 4K device that can stream, YouTube has it. Hulu has some of mostly their originals are all in
Right.
4K now.
Yep.
I don't know if Netflix has 4K.
I think
do
so.
not know. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everyone's going to stream in 4K. So I really think, maybe you're right. Maybe they won't do disc still, but they will definitely stick to native 4K streaming, hopefully.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Sony will have, the PlayStation 5 will have the capability of playing 4K discs.
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
you can't, until that officially dies, I mean, they're going to have it. But I just, physical media is going the way of, live action plays. Can you still go to a play, downtown? Sure. But that used to be the entertainment media, and it is not anymore.
And that's true.
And so, they will still, they'll still make 4K discs or whatever, because there'll still be collectors. When you think about the Infinity Saga,
You see the price on it?
they just announced that. Yeah, it's like $500
$549, I believe. is
for
what I saw.
all 23
23.
movies plus all the special features. There's like I think there's
No
going to
way.
be some artwork. There's going to be
There's a case for it too, or like a nice case or something.
yeah, and I think it's exclusive to like Best Buy, and they're going to make a limited number of them.
Meaning they'll probably be numbered even.
I already own all 23 movies, so I will not be
That's what I'm like,
purchasing
no.
it.
I
wanna
want to
know-
the hard way.
I mean,
Right?
I
I want to know how many they really think they're gonna sell. What niche are you hitting with this? Like that's
the
weird
collector.
thing.
I mean, they're gonna sell them.
Yeah, I mean they
It's
are.
like buying the book, the Infinity Gauntlet, and then collecting every single comic of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
You just get
That's
more.
true.
It's more rewarding when you have like every single issue
I guess so.
instead of just going and paying $19.99 for like the thick book.
I guess so. But
We'll
I don't
see
know,
what
how it
happens.
goes.
I think that
I'll wait till Black Friday and see if they just be like, well, we didn't sell very many.
No.
Here's $100.
no, they will not do that.
We'll see.
Disney,
We'll
Disney
see.
kind of douchey because even with my my Voodoo account, when you take. The
We love
picture of
Disney.
We do love Disney.
I thought I saw a couple red dots peeking in for a quick second.
But like you can't download some of the
Yeah.
movies like from disc to your Voodoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
Voodoo,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, with the launch of Disney Plus, they've already announced like it's going to basically include everything that they've ever released under the Disney heading, as long as it's not rated R. Anything rated R, they'll move off probably to Hulu.
More than likely, since
which
they own
which they
6%.
own. And so, but basically everything else, all of the MCU movies, all of the Pixar movies, all of the original animated movies, a lot of those live action stuff, like stuff like Mary Poppins and the Apple Dumpling Gang, like stuff like that. That's all going to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And so they are, they're coming into the streaming market basically, with just
with
walking in and going, what's up?
What do you got?
They are dropping the Infinity Gauntlet on on Netflix and going, come at us, bro. I think that Disney Plus, it's going to be a must-have.
Yeah.
Especially if you got kids.
Well, in addition, if you have kids, you think about, how some of these movies, they talk about them being in the vault, where it's like, they won't sell them for like 20 years and then they'll come out with a new version, a collector's edition. And that's a process that has been very successful for them. But now these videos, these movies are all going to be available. On top of which they're going to have original content, Star Wars shows, Marvel shows. I think they've already announced like they've done the live action, Lion King and Aladdin and all that stuff. I think Lady and the Tramp, is going to be they're going to do a live action one, but that one's going to be on the streaming service. It's not going to come out in theaters.
So that'll be interesting on that.
So they're going to be putting out original content just like all the rest of the streaming services as well. I think they announced a Monsters Inc. TV show that they're going to be having.
So there's a lot. Yeah. Mandarin and all that. So.
Oh yeah. Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
The Mandarin. We're on Iron Man.
Wrong one. So on that note, guys, it's been been on for a little bit. Before we go, David did say Nintendo's going to come out of left field and drop a bombshell on both of them being Xbox and Sony.
We'll see.
He said there is there is literally groups of people who just collect sealed covers. That's who they are going to be marketing
Absolutely.
to. That is true.
I guarantee you that there are a lot of people that are just, they have each one of these movies. They've purchased them over the years as they've been coming out. When Blu-ray came out, I went back and I got Blu-ray versions of every movie. So I have Blu-ray.
Like two of mine.
I have Blu-ray versions of the entire MCU. And there are people like me that will also go that one step further, and they'll go out and buy this collector's edition. Best Buy announced that you can put on a payment plan,
so you can
pay like $40 a month or something for it. I don't remember exactly, or maybe it was $40 a week.
Probably a week because it's coming out soon. So.
Yeah, so I have no doubt they will sell these to people.
Oh yeah.
I am not one of them. I will not buy the collector's edition. I'm not going to spend $500+ on movies I already own.
Exactly. So guys, on that note though, hope you all enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you ever want to talk to us about anything else. Or if there's anything you'd like to see on the show, a category we missed, maybe just let us know. Maybe we can try to plug that in as well. But on that note, I hope you all enjoy and have a great day.